بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين. اللهم وفقنا وسائر المشتغلين للعلم والعمل الصالح بحق محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم والعن عدوهم. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, "Shall I tell you who is the toughest and strongest from among you? The one who controls himself when he is angry." قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله ألا أخبركم بأشدكم يعني بأقواكم من ملك نفسه عند الغضب. من ملك نفسه عند الغضب. هذا أقوى واحد من بين المسلمين. Issue number 745. If a person offers Isha prayer before Maghrib prayer by mistake, not forgetfully, not knowing, and takes notice of this after completing the prayer of Isha, his prayer will be valid. His prayer will be valid. And then he should offer Maghrib prayer after it. But do not forget that this person, he offers Isha prayer before Maghrib by mistake. By mistake. It is not deliberately. It is not forgetfully. No, by mistake. So his salah is what? His salah is valid and he has to perform Salat al-Maghrib after it. Issue number 746. If a person begins Isha prayer by mistake before Maghrib prayer. Now, by mistakes, he starts Salat al-Isha. He has intention, he has niyyah for Salat al-Isha before Maghrib, but by mistake. Okay? And realizes during the prayer. Realizes during the prayer that he has made an error. And if he has not yet gone to ruku' of the fourth rak'ah, he should turn his niyyah into Maghrib, to Maghrib prayer, and complete the prayer thereafter. So he should turn his niyyah, his intention, into Maghrib, because he hasn't reached to what? He hasn't reached to the ruku' of the fourth rak'ah. He will offer Isha, and thereafter, so he has to finish this salah which he is in as Maghrib salah, and then start Isha prayer.
Both situations are correct.
Huh?
Both situations are correct. Just changing the name.
Yes, but it should be before the ruku' of the rak'ah. Yes.
Before the ruku', how it comes, he will complete that. Sit down immediately.
Yes, sit down and start to say tashahhud and salam and to perform the sajdatay sahw for the extra standing. However, if he has entered ruku' of the fourth rak'ah, do not forget that this person by mistake, he begins what? With Salat al-Isha, and now he is in the ruku', the bowing of the fourth rak'ah. He can continue to complete the Isha prayer, and this Isha prayer is correct, is valid, and thereafter pray what? Pray Maghrib. So all his act is by mistake. All his act by mistake. If he hasn't in the bowing of the fourth rak'ah, he should sit and recite salutation recite salam, and this is the third. It changes his niyyah, his intention to the Maghrib. That will be what? The Maghrib prayer, and he has to perform sajdatay sahw for the extra standing. And after that, he should pray what? He will pray Salatul Maghrib. Both of yes. You have the mic. You have the mic. Yes, Sheikh.
If someone doesn't know the rule of the situation, and he used to repeat the salah, even if he gets mistaken or he noticed during the salah that he gets mistaken, he used to repeat the salah after the first rak'ah, the second, or the. But after that, after knowing the hukum that he should do this and that, he also he did the same thing that he used to do. He just repeat
the whole salah.
Yes, the whole salah.
Doesn't matter. Since he repeats the whole salah, doesn't matter.
So in this case,
but he has to act accordingly. He has to act accordingly, according to the rule.
To the hukum.
Okay. Yes. But if you ask me, is his salah is wrong? He has to repeat. He already repeated his salah. He already repeated his salah. Yes. Yes, Sheikh.
أنا سامع حديث يقول عفوا أنا سامع حديث يقول الصلاة المرقعة خير من إعادة الصلاة.
Yeah, ما عاد صلاته فقيه. We means that the person, he knows the rules of the salah, so instead of repeating the salah, he's what? He is correcting it, just like this one. If he is in the third rak'ah and he realizes that he is in Salatul Isha, it should be Salatul Maghrib, so he has to say Salam Taslim and then pray what? And then pray Salatul Isha. Change his niyyah, and then after the finishing Salatul Maghrib, pray what? Salatul Isha. Okay? So, issue number 747. Within this issue, as previously, this is actually, it is changed in the website of Sayyid Sistani. So I don't know if it is changed in your copy or not. I'll read it. This is ruling number 726 in Sayyid Sistani web, but in our book it's 747. As previously mentioned, the time for the Isha prayer for a person under normal circumstances ends at midnight. The night is the period from the beginning of sunset until dawn.
It's an addition.
It is.
No, there is no.
It is not there. It is not there. So again, I repeat this issue, and inshallah, I'll send it to you on Telegram. Let me do this before I forgot. Okay.
So he just explained the midnight.
Yes, he just explained when is the midnight. As previously mentioned, the time for the Isha prayer for a person under normal circumstances, هذا اللي كل شيء ما عنده مختار. Okay, ends at midnight. So, when is the midnight? The night is the period from the beginning of sunset until dawn. This is the night. So if you want to know the midnight, you have to divide these hours in two halves. You will find what? You will find the midnight. Have you got the idea? Right. Issue number 748. If a person in normal circumstances does not offer Maghrib or Isha prayer, this is normal circumstances person. If he is not or does not offer Maghrib or Isha prayer till after midnight, he should, as an obligatory precaution, offer the prayer in question before the dawn prayer without making a niyyah of ada in time or qada after the time. I think I mistakenly answered before a while. I told you that should be qada. No, it shouldn't be qada. It shouldn't be ada, neither qada. ها؟ نعم، لا أداء ولا قضاء. Yes. لا أحسنتم. Yep. Time of doing prayers. I think this issue also you don't have it. Issue number 749. Near the time of the morning, call to prayer, adhan, a whiteness in the sky moves upwards from the east, which is called the first dawn, الفجر الأول. يعني هذا البياض اللي يبدي منين؟ يبدي من الشرق. When this whiteness spread, it is the second dawn. عندما ينتشر هذا البياض اللي منتشر في الأفق يسمونه هذا الفجر الثاني, which is the start of the prescribed time for the morning prayer, اللي هو بداية صلاة الصبح. يعني مرة يبدي ومرة ينتشر. مرة بياض الفجر الصادق يبدي منين؟ يبدي من المشرق. ترى هاي تحديث من السيد السيستاني. مرة يبدي منين؟ من المشرق، يبدي البياض. هذا مو وقت صلاة الفجر. شو وقت صلاة الفجر؟ لما يبدي ينتشر على طول الأفق هذا البياض. So first of all, look, this whiteness in the sky moves upwards from the east. Near the time of the morning call to prayer, a whiteness in the sky moves upwards from the east, which is called the first dawn. هذا الفجر الأول أو الفجر الكاذب احنا نذكره. When this whiteness spreads, it is the second dawn. لما ينتشر هذا البياض بالأفق شو نقول له؟ الفجر الصادق, which is the start of the prescribed, اللي هو بداية شنو؟ بداية وقت صلاة الصبح. For the morning prayer, the end of the time for the morning prayer is when the sun rises. The end of the morning prayer is when the sun rises. يعني بشروق الشمس راح يكون شنو؟ راح يكون انتهاء وقت صلاة الصبح. مو يطلع احنا ترى يطلع عندنا النهار قبل before the sunrise اكو ضوء. مو يطلع النهار. بعدنا شنو؟ هذا صلاتنا الصبح شبيها؟ أداء. So after the Fajr, before the sunrise, it is what? For Salat al-Fajr, it is أداء, not قضاء. The قضاء for Sayyid al-Sistani. The قضاء will be after the sunrise. إيه. وعند السيد السيستاني مبدأ النهار من شروق الشمس. يختلف عن مبنى السيد الخوي. هذا له أثر وين؟ بالصيام. نعم. Rules regarding prayers times. A person can start offering a prayer only when he becomes certain that the time has set in, or a person can start offering prayer only when he becomes certain. Look, the certain, you have to underline certain, that the time has set in, or when, first of all, he is certain that the time is set in. If he is not certain, or when two just persons inform him that the time has set in. So either he is certain by himself that the time is set in, or there are two just persons telling him that the time is set in. All right? In fact, one can rely upon the adhan. Not only of these two things, also you can rely on the adhan when or on a device of a person who knows the timings and is reliable. Not for, maybe I cannot hear the adhan, but I can rely on my mobile phone. Why? Because my mobile phone is fixed and it is very accurate in timing. Okay, just like Haqibat al-Mu'min, we have apps just like Haqibat al-Mu'min. When the time is in, when the time is set in, it starts to what? To say the adhan or to give a notification. Okay, I can rely on it. Doesn't matter. If I want to act according to precaution, maybe I can give 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, maybe after the adhan of this device. It doesn't matter. So here, if you are certain about the time, you know the time of the adhan, you can pray on your acknowledgement. If you are not, you can rely on two just persons, or maybe you can rely on the adhan of a reliable or trusty place, just like the adhan of Ataba. Okay, or according to your device. This is very important. So I cannot rely on a person who is a liar. It happens in Ramadan, here in between Haramain. People, they are waiting for adhan. One person, he comes to his friends and he told them that yes, it is time for breaking fast, it's time for adhan maghrib, and they start to eat. And after a while they listen to what? To the adhan of Ataba. So these people, they break their fasting deliberately, متعمدين. Yes, متعمدين. I have a way to rely on. So why I rely on this person? I have to check. This is my fasting. I have to check. Anyhow, issue number 751. If a person cannot be certain about the prime time, he can't certain about the prime time, وقت الفضيلة, prime time, for prayer due to a personal handicap, maybe he is blind, like blindness, or being in the person's cell, نعوذ بالله في طامورة, في سجن, he should delay the prayer till such time when he feels sure that the time has set in. That the time has set until he is sure. Until he is sure that the time is set in. And as an obligatory precaution, he should act the same way when there are general hindrance like dust or clouds. If there is dust, if there is clouds, it's a cloudy sky, and he cannot recognize the time for Salat al-Maghrib, Salat al-Dhuhr, or Salat al-Isha, so he can wait for time until he is sure. So you cannot perform your Salah. This is the idea. You cannot perform your Salah before the time is set in. Otherwise, your Salah is what? Is void. Unless you perform your Salah and while you thought that it is what? That the time set for Salah. You are sure maybe your phone or something like that you trusty. Then while you are in the process of Salah, you heard the adhan. You realize that Salah is what? The time of Salah is set in. Your Salah now here, it is what? It is correct. Inshallah, we'll explain this in this issue. If, issue number 755, if a person satisfied on the basis of any one of the above methods, just like the adhan of the masjid. He heard the adhan from the masjid. Okay, that time of prayer has set in, and he begins offering a prayer, but then realizes during the prayer that the time has not yet set in. His prayer is void. His prayer is void. Why? Because he prayed before adhan. And the position is the same if he realizes after the prayer that he has offered the entire salah, the entire prayer, before time set in. Also, his salah is what? His salah is void. Great. However, if one learns as he prays while he is in the process of salah, he learns that the time has just entered, or if he learns after the prayer that the time entered while he was in the process of praying, his salah will be valid. Just I told you about. He was in the process of salah and he knows now he is not finishing. He's not finished yet. He's not finished yet. He knows that the time while he is performing his salah, that the time of salah is what? That the time of salah is just in now. Is just in. While he is in the process of the salah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Since he hasn't finished his salah, it's okay. Since he hasn't finished his salah, it's okay. That means his salah will be valid. Issue number 753. 753. If a person is heedless, this person is heedless. He doesn't care about the time of salah and so on. Of the fact that he should pray after ensuring that the time has set in. And there are too many people like this. They don't care about the time of salah is set in or not. And if he realizes after the prayer that he had offered the entire prayer in time, his prayer is in order. That if he knows after what? After he finished the salah, that the whole salah, the entire salah is where? Is in time. The entire salah is in time. So his salah is what? Is in order. Is in order. And if this person, the heedless person, and if he realizes that he had offered his prayer before time, or does not realize whether he had offered the prayer within time or not, his prayer will be what? His prayer will be void again. And if he realizes that he had offered his prayer before time, or does not realize whether he had offered the prayer within time or not, his prayer will be void. Why? Because he is heedless. In fact, this is more هذه المصيبة. In fact, if he realizes after offering a prayer that the time for a prayer had set in while he was praying, he should offer that prayer again. هذه مصيبة. This is a big problem. Have you got this? So here we are talking with the heedless person. Heedless person, if he knows that he finished all his salah after the time set in, doesn't matter. That means his salah is what? Is in order. Now, but the problem that he realizes after the salah that his salah, it was where that the time set in while he is in the process of salah. His salah is what?
Void.
Is void. Not like the other one. The other one, which one? This one was certain about the time of salah. He is not heedless. He is careful about the time of salah. But it happens. That person, if he was in the middle of salah and he realizes that this just the time is set in for salah, his salah is correct. While the heedless one, his salah is what? His salah is not heedless, is not valid, is not valid. Last issue, we have 4 minutes. Issue number 755. If a person was certain that the time of prayer had set in and began offering prayer, but while praying he doubting whether or not the time for it had actually set in, his prayer would be void. Why? Because he should be sure, he should be certain that his salah is what? That his salah in the time, because he should be sure that the time for salah is set in. However, if he is certain while offering a prayer that the time for it has set in, but doubts whether what he has already performed, for example, 1 rak'at or rak'ats which he has finished from his salah in the prayer has been in time or not, his prayer is valid. His prayer is valid. So once this person is doubting, while in the process of salah, is the time for salah set in or not? His salah is what? Is void. His salah is void. This is one doubt. The other thing, this person is while in the process, he is in the process of salah, he is sure that the time of salah is set in, but he doesn't know, maybe that one rak'ah that he has done, one rak'ah from this salah which he has done, maybe it is what? It is out of the time. Also his salah is what? Also his salah is valid. Also his salah is valid. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين اللهم صل على محمد.